Word, your mother, boys and girls. It is your boy Sniper Wes coming at you here from the oddsbreakers.com. It is Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. And I am going to break down a preseason game between the Commanders and the Ravens here in this video, as well as break down the Commanders season win total and the Ravens season win total as well. So a lot of content coming at you here. I do want to say go check out the oddsbreakers.com, the podcast, and the website. We are going to be at Circa. We'll be there on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So basically 2 days from now for the next 3 days. If you want to drop by Circa and say hi, we'll be up on Radio Row. I guess you have to have a press pass to get in there, but we'll be in the sports book. We'll be in Stadium Swim having a good time. So drop by if you want to talk some football. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. It's $30 million this year, the Circa prize. So basically, they need to get a lot of entries, or Derek Stevens, the owner of Circa, is going to not be a happy camper. He doesn't want to have an overlay. So hopefully they will get enough entries to cover that $30 million. It's a lot of money, man, to win a Survivor contest. I'll tell you what. Obviously, you have the pick 5 at Westgate, and I think Circa maybe does a pick 5 as well. So all sorts of contests going on. A lot of professional sports bettors in town if they aren't living here already in Vegas. And yeah, should be a good time. So looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and break down the Commanders and the Ravens here, and then I'll give you a selection on the game on Friday. So, excuse me. The Washington Commanders, if you remember last year, well, actually, you know what? Let's start with the Ravens here. So we have Jesse Minter in Baltimore, obviously, brand new head coach. He was the Chargers defensive coordinator. And, I think he's going to bring a defensive mentality to this team. If you remember, John Harbaugh, he was a fantastic head coach, and he created a culture of defense in Baltimore for many, many years. But last year, it was just non-existent. They weren't a very good defense at all. Lamar Jackson, he's had trouble staying healthy, and staying on the field the past 2 years. But this team did try to go get Max Crosby from the Raiders. Obviously, that fell through, so they went and got Trey Hendrickson instead. And I think he's going to have a good year. Obviously, he's familiar with the division, being from Cincinnati. And I think he's going to turn this defense around, quite honestly. Offensively, Derrick Henry last year, he had a lot of fumbles. All of a sudden, he got a case of the Butterfingers, and he had never really fumbled coming into last season, or fumbled all that much. So maybe he'll turn that around this season. He is getting a little bit older, though, so you got to wonder how much gas he has left in the tank. I talked about Lamar Jackson trying to stay healthy as well. I do think Mark Andrews, he's going to have a bounce back year at tight end. Obviously, Isaiah Likely's gone. They do have a new offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle, and I think he's going to get the offense kind of turned around as well. This team just had a down year last year, but I think they're going to bounce back a little bit. But the season win total, it's 11.5. I don't know if they're going to win 12 games. That's a lot of games for a division that's tough. I get the Browns are in this division, and maybe they beat the Browns twice. They probably will. But I'm high on Pittsburgh this year, and I'm high on Cincinnati as long as Burrow can stay healthy. So I don't know if this team wins 12 games. Jesse Minter, first year head coach, maybe it takes him into his second year to really, really turn this program around. So I think the Ravens do well. I think they win 10 or 11 games. I don't know if they win 12. So I'm going to go under 11.5 with the Baltimore Ravens here for their season win total. I think they'll probably finish something like 11-6. So there you have it. Going to the Washington Commanders. So obviously this is year 3 for Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn. David Blau is the new offensive coordinator. He obviously, he came up through the ranks. He's a Ben Johnson disciple. But can Jalen Daniels stay healthy? Same thing with Lamar Jackson. He couldn't stay on the field last year. When he was in his rookie season, he was rookie of the year, and he was an MVP candidate as well. He was just playing fantastic football. Terry McLaurin's a beast. Stephon Diggs is new to town. So I think, the receiving core could have a pretty big year. Dan Quinn, obviously, if you remember, could have won the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots when he was coaching the Falcons, but the 28-3 disaster happened, and he did not win his Super Bowl. But he is a defensive-oriented head coach. I think the Commanders' defense can turn it around this year, too. They had a lot of sacks 2 years ago. Last year, not so much. But they have a pretty good front seven. Tim Settle, Tim Wise, Leo Chanel, Sonny Styles was the number 7 overall draft pick. And I think they can, step up defensively. Jerzon Newton, he is a guy in particular that needs to step up. He has a lot of potential, but last year he kind of could not put it all together. But I think that he does that this year, and I think Washington plays well. The over/under for their season win total is 7.5 wins. It's over 7.5 is minus 105. And I got to go over here, especially if Jaden Daniels stays healthy. I think this team, you're telling me that an under 500 team, if the Commanders go 8-9, they go over 7.5 wins, obviously. I think this team can maybe even challenge for the division, to be honest with you. I mean, I like Dallas. I'm not as high on the Giants as most people are, but obviously Philadelphia will probably win this division. Maybe the Cowboys will challenge them. Philly's still a great team, but the Commanders are the real deal. Remember, Jaden Daniels' rookie season, they went to the playoffs and they beat the Lions. They beat the crap out of the Lions. So, if he stays healthy, he's arguably a top, 6-7 quarterback in the NFL. And I have to go over here. So over 7.5, minus 105. That's my selection on their season win total. As far as this game, I like the under quite a bit in this game. Last week, the Commanders were only able to muster 13 points versus the Lions. The Ravens, they can only put up 13 points versus the Vikings last week. So I think it's a very similar game. It's kind of a throwaway game the last week of the preseason. Nobody's going to be starting. You're going to get Sam Hartman and Athan Kalikmanis for Washington. You are going to get Tyler Huntley and some other backups for the Ravens. And I just think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So give me under 34.5 between the Commanders and the Ravens here on Friday night in their preseason finale. And that is going to be your selection today. So we're going to go Commanders over 7.5, Ravens under 11.5. And we're going to go under 34.5 for the game on Friday night. Okay. I am Sniper Wes. You can find me on Twitter at the Sniper Picks. And don't forget to check out the Odds Breakers website and podcast. And please check us out at Circa. If you're in town, you want to go downtown and check out one of the greatest sports books in the world. We'll be there doing some media and we can talk some football. Okay. So I'm Sniper Wes. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and keep firing.